the serene nucleus of Barnwood Builders. Unwavering, modest, utterly sincere. Across eras, Johnny Jett has captivated spectators with his artistry and allure, metamorphosing abandoned lumber into enduring marvels. Beneath that luminous smile resides a narrative tempered by hardship, relinquishment, and tenacity. From Kentucky hamlets to Vietnam foxholes, Johnny's journey evaded ease. Precisely when tranquility appeared attained through his adored pursuit, a startling demise fabrication ignited follower pandemonium. Thus, who embodies this mythic figure? And what genuinely unfolded regarding Johnny Jett? Johnny and senior kin William Eugene, Billy, Jett flourished within a devout Methodist sanctuary where devotion and lineage dominated. Kentucky countryside youth fused frugality with thrill. Johnny reveled in exploration. A fourth-grade tale persists, evading recess with pals to adjacent stream for casting lines or plunging. Principle promptly discerned, dispensing stern admonitions for those blameless exploits. He schooled in Goddard and Flemingsburg, anchored near Hearth. Billy spearheaded military induction, deployed to Vietnam. Beholding conflict's ruin, Billy beseeched their sire to safeguard Johnny from service, directing him toward scholarship. Adhering, Johnny entered Morehead State University after commencement. Catastrophe struck. He subsequently admitted lecture incomprehension, collapsing almost entirely except arts and literature. That isolated victory exposed his imaginative pulse. Trajectory altered. He engaged vocational drafting at Maysville Community College. Curriculum mastered, he clinched draftsman position at Cincinnati Milling Company, Ohio. One annum submerged in schematics and panel illustrations refined his dexterity. 1969 reshaped fate, military conscription. 6-week indoctrination at Fort Dix, New Jersey. Instead of immediate hostilities, engineering contingent assignment resurrected academic aptitudes at drafting desk. 1971 Vietnam assignment. Never unleashed firepower, yet sustained volleys traversing sights. Permanent engravings. Abroad immersed him in gloom. Leisure intoxicants, marijuana, heroin, omnipresent, obtainable, enticing. For myriad combatants, including Johnny, they blunted tedium and dread's stranglehold. Repatriation, father proffered role at household water enterprise. Youth forged familiarity facilitated reconstruction. Kentucky haven distanced allure. Johnny initiated rehabilitation. Faith moored recovery. He proclaimed providence neither decreed dependency nor barred virtue from affliction. Ultimately, he articulated his ordeal at recuperation assemblies, assisting others versus substance specters. Concurrently, Billy trailblazed woodworking, deconstructing and revitalizing vintage log abodes. Observing kindled Johnny's aspiration. He yearned for proprietary cabin. Discovered inhabited antiquity leased by siblings. Providence intervened. Sister's expiration, brother's care facility relocation. Proprietor tendered, if disassembled and repositioned, Johnny's. Alongside Billy, they scrupulously deconstructed, manually transporting timbers to patrimonial grounds, then re-erected beam by beam. Sibling zeal for aged cabins and barns surpassed diversion, visceral linkage. 1995 calamity. Billy expired amid ultimate cabin. Painstaking endeavor incomplete. Pledging homage, Johnny recruited lifelong confidant Sherman Thompson, adept carpenter. Pair finalized the structure. Inception of magnificence. Johnny, enchanted, abdicated paternal employment to inaugurate cabin commerce. Propitious escalation in antiquated edifice appetite. Henceforth, Johnny and Sherman traversed Kentucky wilds, acquiring century-old cabins, systematically dismantling, amassing logs in boneyard. Tribute transmuted into prosperous entity. Celebrated for seasoned, bona fide timber supply and holistic resurrection. 1996 veranda intermission, paintbrush gripped, marked bow emerged. West Virginian wooing Moorhead paramour, seeking pioneer beams. Natives proclaim Johnny. Iconic colloquy. Mark contemplating ingress. Johnny mulling egress. Immediate affinity. Johnny and Sherman navigated Mark to approximately 100 cabins that summer. Conveyed to West Virginia Boneyard. Sherman suggested perpetual coalition. 1998. Pair assimilated into nascent antique cabins and barns. Johnny's apparatus dominion, disassembly elegance, reconstruction virtuosity enthroned him primordial bastion. Territorial prominence foreshadowed Titanic bound. Instigator, Rick Kaplan, Silent Crow Productions titan. Ski excursion diversion unveiled boneyard panorama. Discourse with Johnny, Sherman, then Mark conceived documentary Vista. 2005, 20-minute reel exhibited festivals. Promising reverberation propelled pilot. Submitted networks. Epic prized American chopper antagonism. Placid artisanship mismatched. Pilot latent. Ensuing reality proposition rejected. Fabricators desired manufactured strife. Mark preserved harmony, spurning theatrical animosity. DIY network divergence. Coveted legitimacy. Unscripted labor conserving barns, cabins. Shooting initiated. Mark sculpted chronicle, convened fabricators, ascended to co-fabricator. Legitimacy imperative. Debut overwhelmed. Ratings exploded. 13-episode augmentation. Barnwood Builders conceived. 2013. Johnny solidified ensemble member. Collective. Mark, Johnny, Sherman Thompson, Graham Ferguson, Tim Rose, Max Hammer, subsequently Alex Webb. Traversing America reclaiming, resuscitating antiquated barns, log residences. Beyond erection, historical custodianship. Invoked settler ethos. Edifices incarnated heritage, crew revered as artifacts. Each locale proffered narrative excavated. Partnered with indigenous artisans, forgers, sculptors, submerged in reenactments. Veneration differentiated. Amalgam documentary reality rooted in artisanship. Palpable dedication in every elevated girder, revived habitation, salvaged nuance from oblivion. Mark's doctrine, recycled genuineness. Unsuitable beam reincarnated elsewhere, venerating pre-mechanized ancestors. Premiere installment. Depot, Indiana Colossal Barn. 1830s Josiah Lincoln, Abraham's uncle. 26 by 34 by 15 feet, 1,200-pound girders. Pegged, nail absent antiquity. Proprietor mandated roof, cladding, truss conservation for successor barn, manual rigor. History sanctified toil. Elements shuttled Blue Ridge, Virginia. Builder transfigured into contemporary dwelling. Arduous synergy seemed seamless, trust orchestrated. No stratification, cohesive symphony. Johnny exemplified proficiency, humor, compassion. Machinery maestro, precision choreography. Senior yet indefatigable, surpassing juniors in rafter extraction, metal divestment. Demolition as intentional grace. Mark lauded unrivaled operator. Humility preserved. Admirer devotion via jest. Reddit grandson facilitated Q&A. Forklift expertise. Rehearsal plus reluctance to descend. Cherished vocation, community, universe. Four corners enchanted. Appellation emerald to desert spectrum. Social homage. Creator, faithful, maestro, unwavering ally. Entertained crew at Fleming County Sanctuary. Tales, connections. Mark, alternate abode. Interlude endeavors. Johnny rescued decaying chapel, repurposed viable Wood County reconstruction. Crew converged, spontaneous episode. Boneyard magnetism moderated security, fenced appreciation, functional veracity. Genuine patrons, unstaged. Mark rebuffed Discord infusions. DIY to Magnolia Network 2022, gained selection, audience surged 60 million to near 500 million worldwide. Sudden fabrication, Johnny perished. Viral astonishment. strenuous occupation credible culprit, prefabrication wellness concerns, obituary examination, Houston doppelganger, alleviation, spared spouse Donna, grandchildren Jonathan, Nicholas, progeny of deceased son Johnny Eugene, 2017. Johnny astonished, embraced affection deluge, faith-directed buoyancy, unyielding irrespective weather, Mark safeguards originators dusk assurance, off-screen, rustic handiworks, swift digital dispersal, for $100,000 net worth, tranquil with Donna, privacy paramount, vital presence, defied Appalachian stereotype, redefined hillbilly as diligence, fortitude, artisanal esteem. Eastern quests rescuing senescent symbols. Intricate or hazardous assignments. Johnny's composed command. Exactitude, endurance, material sanctity. Restoration embeds him into chronicle. Demolition sage, tranquil proficiency. Cornerstone inconceivable absent. Fabrication disproved, universal exhale. Momentum undiminished. Barnes await redemption. Johnny endures, delight-infused occupation. Fortunate beings toil in ardor. Fame notwithstanding, commonplace spirit divinely cherished. God, perhaps, harbors profound fondness.